Welcome everyone, this is the Rocket.Chat Engineering Podcast. I'm Rodrigo Nascimento, Rocket.Chat CTO and co-founder, and your host on this weekly podcast. Here we talk about the news on the engineering areas from the past week, and I have with me today our backend leader and co-founder, Diego Sampaio.
Hello.
Our apps engine leader, Douglas Gilbert.
Hey yo, folks.
Our cloud leader, Aaron Nebo.
Hello.
Our front-end leader, Guilherme Gazzo.
Yep.
Our mobile leader, Diego Melo.
Hey guys.
And our Omnichannel product manager, Renato Becker.
Hi guys.
Cool. Let's get started then. We had 3 patch releases this past week. Those are the 3.10.1, .2, and .3. All the patch releases for 3.10. And all of those patch releases were related to bugs and regressions that we had on 3.10 release. So the 3.10.1, please try to not use it. It has some nice bugs that are preventing the good usage of the instance. Please try to upgrade all to 3.10.3. And yeah, I think that's important to mention. So, getting started with Diego Sampaio from the backend team. What are the news there?
Hi there. Yeah, going a little bit deeper on the issue with the 3.10.1. That version was published like for 8 hours, I think, without a fix. But still worth to mention. The issue is actually when some user registers on Rocket.Chat, it may update all subscriptions to the name of that user that just registered. So that will happen every time a user registers, and there is a fix coming up probably on 3.10.4 that will have a migration to fix those subscriptions if you had the bad luck to use it, the 3.10.1 for and have that issue. So also last week we have been working on a few other fixes and new features. One new feature will be to allow admins to disable the invisible status, so people will not be able to use it. There's an issue. There was also an issue that was fixed on 3.10.1, and so it's also present on 3.10.3. That was causing the messages like when a user updates his profile, actually his username or his name, we have to update all the messages on the server that were like sent by the user, or that user has added a reaction, because like we use MongoDB. MongoDB is not a relational database, so we have to copy that information over to the messages object. So the bug was actually even if the user was not updating his username or his name, the messages were getting updated even though it was not required. So we fixed that. That is on the 3.10.3 release. We are still investigating an issue that may cause the real-time updates of a Rocket.Chat server being transmitted if there is an election on a MongoDB replica set. this is something we are still investigating because it's not like as easy to reproduce, and you need to take care when trying to fix that. We are working on improvement on the load history meter method that was not respecting the hide system messages preference for a channel. That is respected on the REST API, but on the real-time API that is not respected. So that was causing issues, especially on the mobile. So we are going to fix that for the next release. And just another note, I think for the previous weekend, for a few days, the latest Docker image was pointing to a wrong version. At that time, the latest version was already 3.10.0. So, but the latest Docker image was using the 3.9 release still. So that was fixed as well. And also now that it's also fixed because we had another 3 new versions on 3.10. So yeah, that's it. A busy week last week.
Yeah, a lot of things. A lot of things going on. Cool, thank you. On the Apps Engine side, Doug, what are the news there?
Certainly not as exciting as the backend. We
For better, right?
Hopefully.
Yeah.
So we're working on improving our automated tests. We've moved that up our priority after the problems we have when testing and the permission system when we were trying to release it on the last release. At the last moment, we found some problems there that could have been avoided or even like fixed if we had more automated tests in place. So we've tried to focus on that so that it makes our development and our testing more accurate and safer.
You mean on the Apps Engine side?
On
or
the Apps Engine side.
Cool.
Yes. We're basically going to execute, like Rocket.Chat has already a suite. It runs, right, on some jobs. But like we're trying to move some of them to the Apps Engine side as well. So that sorry. Some fire. Sorry, yeah. Anyways, so yes, that's what we're trying to bring those tests on over to the Apps Engine so that we can get a more quicker feedback on those features instead of just having them when we get it merged to the Rocket.Chat site. Another thing we've been working on is also like integrating the permission system with the Rocket.Chat site on the UI side, right? So that you can correctly install an app that requires permissions. And a lot of work has been revolving around like internal planning and definition of OKRs. You know, beginning of the year and that kind of stuff, New Year's resolutions, yeah, in that spirit. And that's it for us.
Good, thank you. And looking forward to see this permission system working fully. Cool, nice. Moving on to cloud. Aaron, what are the news there?
Yeah. Okay. So, sorry about that. So we have we said we had a lot of internal planning last week. I think we mentioned this last week as well. So working on OKRs and kind of like what we are going to be doing this year. And one of the themes you'll probably hear us talk about a lot coming up is infrastructure as code. We kind of noticed a common theme in our planning. That a lot of that sort of stuff will happen. We already have some, but we want to kind of take it to the next level, right? So kind of some exciting stuff going on there. We're doing some work to finish up add-ons. We hope to have some news to share on that very soon. And kind of finally, a reminder for anybody listening: if you enjoy working with infrastructure, bare metal, cloud providers, etc., we have job openings for the cloud team, and both junior and senior infrastructures. So you go to jobs, the Rocket.Chat or LinkedIn. Kind of my little advertising plug. That's still right here in the middle. But yeah, we're hiring for the cloud team. That's it for us.
Cool. What do you mean by infrastructure as code?
Glad you asked. So basically, like the making it like so you can have repeatability, right? So you can write the code to say I want this, and you can run that code as many times as you want to, and you always come out with the same sort of like desired outcome. This helps with things like automating new servers, right? So say I want a new server and I want it to be exactly like all the rest of them. This sort of like automation process. Usually on some providers like Amazon, you can take it to like a whole new level, right? Where you can you have your infrastructure as code and it'll deploy the entire network stack, all the servers, everything kind of in that one go. Trying to basically get to that place with bare metal. So some pretty cool stuff.
Cool. Nice to see. Interesting to see which tools we're going to use. That I know that I guess that Amazon is using Terraform or something like that, or I don't know, but it's kind of that, right?
Yeah. So I think they have a proprietary some sort of solution, but Terraform is what we use when we talk to Amazon, and we'll be using it some in bare metal, but primarily actually Ansible, Pixie, just to give a couple keywords there.
Is nitpick. Cool. Thank you. Front end, Gazo. What are the news there?
Hello. Beside the security issues and the patch release that we had, the time has come, and now we are rewriting the messages itself. Like, there are a lot of work there, but we are like the things are getting in good shape. We are rewriting the message in small pieces, and we are almost done. And we found a lot of now we have a lot of space to improve together with the apps and the backend to bring more interesting interface. Then I hope in the near future we're gonna have like more projects improving this area. So yeah, but now the users you'll notice only small improvements on the UX, like pixels or small bit something, but in the near future we're gonna like bring a lot of good features. And yeah, besides only back, how can I say that, we have like we are still working to improve some performance handling stuff, but nothing that the final user will notice. But soon as we finish, I can present with more details what we have done. Yeah, that's it.
Cool, getting there. Finish this rewrite.
Yeah, no, actually not finishing, but the message is a huge
Yeah, but we are closer
piece,
and
right?
closer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the message, like, because finishing the message, we're gonna be able to write some other parts, like that depends from the message. Then yeah, we are almost done, but still have some uh more space to finish. But yeah.
I see. Cool. So thank you. Mobile, Diego Melo. What's going on there?
So last week we released 4.13.1 patch with a couple of fixes for Jitsi and upload media on iOS. We worked on a couple of issues for mostly UI glitches and a couple of rooms list issues. Hopefully it's going to be merged soon. We found an issue on our share extension on iOS, which is hitting the error limit, which is super low on iOS on some devices, like 120 megabytes. So, and we still have to analyze what's going on. We were able to reproduce it back to 4.11 version of the app. So there might be an issue on a recent version, but it was already a problem for a long time. Hopefully, we won't have to refactor the whole shell extension. So, yeah, we started working on update dependencies. There's a PR open for the navigation lib and for the minors and patches already. We still have to work on the other majors, like maybe trying to use the latest React Native version, but it's a release candidate still, so I'm not sure. And we'll be working on bug fixes as well, but yeah, that's mostly it. Thank you.
Great. Thank you. A lot of things as well. Omnichannel, Renato. What are the news there?
Hi, Rodrigo. Hi, guys. So a set of omnichannel related issues have been fixed throughout last week, and all of them came out with the latest patch releases, the releases already mentioned before. And so for those who are listening to this podcast, if you were facing any omnichannel related issue, please look at the release notes to see if the issue has already been fixed. If not, please reach out to us and let us know. And yeah, about tasks in progress, as mentioned in the previous podcast, the new email inboxes feature is our high priority for the current development cycle. We are making progress day after day. The first phase of this implementation is done. I'm talking about the new UI and in the new configuration area where admins will set up the email account. So this implementation is done, and now we are ready to move on and to implement the backend stuff. So I would say this implementation is on track, and we will deliver this feature according to this schedule. And regarding other stuff, we are focused on other core features. One of them is the ability to auto transfer chats based on agents inactivity. So just to talk a bit about this new feature, let's say a new omnichannel conversation starts and the agent does not reply within a pre-configured timeout, and this timeout is reached, the conversation will be transferred or forwarded to another agent. So this is a kind of a UX improvement that we want to add to the product. We are also working on other very similar features, such as the on-hold feature And another important improvement is related to the new Omnichannel Contact Manager feature that has been released on 3.10. So now, agents, they can deal with omnichannel contacts data. So, managers can set specific contact managers for each omnichannel contact. So the idea is to improve this feature even more and, improve the omnichannel routing system to give contact managers the preference to assist omnichannel conversations first before any other agent. So this is just a briefing of what's coming very, very soon. And yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Cool, thanks. A lot of things as well. A lot of things coming. Cool.
Yeah.
As always good to mention that we have a lot of positions open. So please check the jobs.rocket.chat and our LinkedIn page. We are going to open a lot of new positions on the next weeks as well. So stay tuned there. And as Aaron mentioned, two of the important ones we have today are for the infrastructure. So a junior and a senior infrastructure architect. So yeah. So thank you all for listening to this weekly podcast. This podcast is available as video on YouTube and audio on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and others. And thanks for the Rocket.Chat's engineering team to make this possible. See you on the next episode. Bye-bye.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.